What is up, Algebra 2? This is lesson 108. Our objective is how do you factor sum and difference of cubes. Now you might remember that before we were able to factor something like x squared minus 9 into saying x plus 3 and x minus 3. Well, we're doing the same thing, except for now we're working with cubes instead of squares. And when we're working with squares, it only worked to have the difference if they're subtracting with each other. But when working with cubes, we can have both positive and negative ones. Now, while I've been rambling on, hopefully you noticed that these are the formulas for the difference of cubes and sum of cubes, except for I noticed this one here is supposed to be the difference one. So this is actually supposed to be like that. So just notice then, I guess it's a cubed plus b cubed. You have a plus b in the first term, then you have this trinomial, which is a squared minus ab plus b squared. Now, the difference is almost the same, except for notice here this sign in the first one matches, and the first sign in the second one is the opposite, and the last one's always positive. So this one matches, this one's opposite, this one's always positive. So let's see if we can factor this. And over here on the right, if you haven't noticed, I've put some common cubes, perfect cubes. So I'm going to rewrite this. This is number 3. I'm going to rewrite this. 216 is right here, which is 6 cubes. This is going to be 6x cubed plus 5 cubed. So kind of think of my a as being 6x and my b as being 5. So if I wanted to factor that, I'm just going to follow this right up here. I'm going to say a, which in this case is 6x plus 5, and then a squared, which is going to be 36x squared, because that's 6x times 6x, minus 30x, because that is 5 times 6x. Right, 5 times 6 is 30. And then plus b squared, which is 5 squared, which is 25. And that is my answer. For this next one here, think of this as being 3u squared minus 64 is 4, so it's going to be 4v cubed, sorry. So then to factor this is going to be a, which is 3u, minus b, which is 4v, times a squared. 3u times 3u is going to be 9u squared, plus 3u times 4v is going to give me 12uv, plus 4v times 4v is going to give me 16v squared. And if you were to FOIL this out, or like send this times each one of those and this times each one of those, you would find that it comes back to this right up here exactly. So you can check these if you want. I'm going to do 4 more for you. So 27 is going to give me 3x cubed plus 4 cubed. Since this is a plus one, then this is going to be 3x plus 4. 3x squared is going to give me 9x squared. Opposite sign, so that one's minus. 3x times 4, which is 12x, plus 4 squared, which is 16. This is going to be 2u cubed minus v cubed. So this is going to be 2u minus v 4u squared plus 2uv plus v squared. Now these last two, before you're just like, oh, this is super easy, I can do this. You look at 108, and if you look back at that list from the previous page, you're like, I don't have anything that's a 108. 4 is not a perfect cubed. However, we notice that both 108 and 4 have a common factor, particularly 4. So I can take that 4 out. I'm going to say 4 times 27, because if I took 108 and divided by 4, I get 27, plus m cubed. Well, now I recognize 27 as being 3 cubed, and m cubed as being, well, m cubed. So I'm going to write that 4 on the outside, kind of ignore that. So this is now my a, and this is my b. Oh, sorry, not my a. My a is actually going to be 3 cubed. Maybe you should write it that way. 3 cubed, which is 27. So I'm going to have a plus b, but I'm not putting in a, I'm going to say 3 plus m times 3 squared, which is 9, plus ab, so 3 times m, 3m, and I messed up. This right here should be a negative sign, plus m times m, which is m squared. And this is going to be my answer. One more for good measure here, because again, I'm not noticing either of those to be perfect squares, so I'm going to see if I can factor something out of both of them. I notice I can factor out a 3, and I did that with a calculator by seeing what number could factor out of both of them. I thought maybe a 9, but 9 doesn't factor out of that 192. So I'm just going to rewrite this now as saying 3 times 4a cubed plus 3 cubed. Maybe that's helpful, might be more helpful. So write that 3 on the outside. That's this 3. Then I'm going to say 4a plus 3. Then 4a times 4a is going to give me 16a squared minus 12a plus 9. Alright, so I did several of them there off your worksheet. You finish up the rest of them. I know you're going to do awesome. Good luck, guys.